If we've got something to say, now's the time.
Happy Friday, Grizzlies. I'm Miss Ruby.
And I'm Mrs. Conley. Welcome to GNN News.
We've got a great show for you today, but the format is a little bit different than what you may be used to. We've seen you kids produce GNN News, and now it's our turn to produce the news for you.
Stay tuned because GNN News starts now.
Halfway out of New York, and half of me are left behind. If we've got something to say, then now is the time. Just give me a sign.
To start up this week's GNN News, we want to highlight some awesome things happening in our community. Here's Miss Griggs and Miss Scholes with more information.
Hey Grizzlies, it's 8th grade English teachers Miss Griggs and Miss Schultz, and we're here with some exciting news today.
For the past 11 years, the Idaho Coalition Against Sexual and Domestic Violence has sponsored a writing contest for junior high and high school students.
This year, the theme was Our Collective Future. 8th grade students created an original piece of writing that told a story in 100 words or less about a future where everyone is valued for their whole authentic selves, everyone is safe, and everyone can thrive.
The winners of this contest were officially announced on Wednesday, April 15th. We really appreciate our students who have been and continue to work hard this year to improve their reading and writing skills, and we're excited to share that River Glen had 15 winners this year. Way to go, Grizzlies!
From Ms. Griggs' classes, the winners of the contest this year were Isaac Antonin, Canyon Bushbacker, Quincy Combs, Aaron Cornell, and Oscar Schaefer. Congratulations, Isaac, Canyon, Quincy, Aaron, and Oscar. Awesome job.
The winners from Ms. Scholl's classes were Sophie Andrus, Amaya Aranda, Trinity Coulter, Kennedy DeMasters, Destiny Hyatt, Owen Merrick, Sella Reynolds, Ella Thomas, Emma Young, and Alta Zaug.
Also, this year, Avid 7 students entered an Americanism essay writing contest that was sponsored by the Boise Elks Lodge. The theme this year was freedom of speech, and 7th grader Sadie Rose Peacock won 3rd place in this essay contest. So a big shout out to Sadie as well. Way to go, Sadie. Way to go, Avid.
River Glen has some really talented students. Congratulations to all of our winners. Each of these students will receive a monetary prize in the mail.
If you're connected with any of our winners online, send them a quick congratulations for us. Thanks for all your hard work being Grizzly to the core this year. We miss you. Stay safe and well.
Congratulations, Grizzlies. We are so proud of you and your accomplishments. It's always a great day to be a Grizzly. Alrighty, Grizzlies, during this school year, you saw some pretty awesome rooms here at River Glen. Now, we're not at school, obviously, but this is not going to stop our tradition. Without further ado, here's another edition of Cribs.
Hey Grizz Nation, this is Mr. Gellner here. Welcome to my Cribs Quarantine Edition. Step this way and we'll enter my crib. Phew, can take off my PPE now. So I've been living up here in the foothills for about 38 days now since this all pretty much hit. I figured it was the safest thing to do. Pretty much have all the comforts of home here, and we're pretty much living in style. Let me take you to the kitchen. So over here I've got a stove, oven, whatever you want to do with it. Okay, got plenty of firewood to access, and just like you, all the cooking and heating needs you would need. Over here, I've got my pantry. So breakfast here, we got some oatmeal, got some baked beans. Can't leave without my Flintstone vitamins. Okay, my drinking cup, a little bit dirty now, but and of course marshmallows. We're gonna roast some up for you later on the fire. Right over here, I've got my field guide to plants so I can find all the edible plants in the nearby foothills. Okay, I'm going to give you the rest of the tour. If you look up here, I have the laundry room. And follow me to the living room. I was going to have marble put in here, but it was just too much cost for the benefit. Okay, in here I have the living room. It is super comfortable. I've got protection from the elements and shade for the sunny days. I've got plenty of water, okay? Yeah, you guys are gonna love this guy. Peekaboo Kisses. Okay, every night I read this to put myself to sleep. Sometimes my kids join me. And the mouse, he squeaks. Probably the most important piece of gear I have. I don't know if you guys saw Castaway. Tom Hanks had Wilson. I have Tex. This is my Texas Instruments calculator. It's solar. I've rigged it up MacGyver style so it can charge my laptop, charge my cell phone, keep me in touch with you guys. This is Luna and Leia. They're out probably hunting for me and gathering needed protein in the form of rats and rabbits. Trusty hunting dogs have identified a rabbit up in the wilderness. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get him. Come on, Jojo. Ah! Oh! Got away!
No, darn, funny.
Good job. Good job, everybody. Hey guys, it's dinner time. We're not gonna have any rabbit tonight, but I do have some baked beans here we're gonna heat up. You know, you probably thought in earth science that you were never gonna really need Mohs scale of hardness, but I have a little spark rock fire. Here's some quartzite that I'm gonna strike some steel on, some char cloth, to see if we can get a fire started. Over here I have what's called a tinder bundle. It's just sage bark. And we're gonna blow this into flame. No matches needed. Some marshmallows, got the baked beans going. Should have dinner ready in no time. While we're waiting, let's take a trip to the bathroom. Follow me. Follow me. A lot of people are worried about toilet paper, okay? You can't find it anywhere. Well, I use Nature's toilet paper. These sage tops are not only fragrant, but hypoallergenic and antimicrobial. They do a great job. Here's my latrine. When you're all done doing your deal, hand sani. Hard to find, we got it in the mountains. Okay, the last room I have to show you is the bedroom. I've got my Insulite pad from Army Surplus. Somebody was nice enough to leave this old mattress here. I think it should be super comfy. It has been the last couple of weeks. Like I said, this is Fuzzles. He keeps me warm and cozy at night, keeps away the nightmares. I have this recurring nightmare that I can't find a supply box and there's claymores all around and bouncing betties, but I got Mr. Fuzzles and Peekaboo Kisses. Thanks. Good night.
Well, Mr. Gellner's crib is pretty sweet, but too bad he didn't have a past president present his crib like some teachers.
Grizzlies, we had a remarkable turnout for track. We had a total of 84 7th and 8th grade athletes sign up for the track season. Though we were not able to partake in this year's season, we want to thank you all so much for signing up. We truly appreciate you. Coach Garcia. Spring is in full bloom, and with it comes crazy weather and the occasional earthquakes. Here's Mr. Packer with some information on our trail reports.
All right, River Glen. So today, Mr. Packer is doing a review on the Hyatt Hidden Lakes Reserve. just on the corner of Maple Grove and Chinden area. Now this park, or this reserve, is a great place for all ages, but you'll mostly find people of the older generation flocking to this area to admire the birds, the scenery, or just the easiness of the trails. Many of you have helped me become familiar with new terms that are being used for older generations, and I'm sure you can think of those without me having to say them. But for this purpose, we'll just consider them the old folk. This reserve has a large variety, I guess I wouldn't say large, a decent variety of trails that go around the reserve, giving you choices as to which direction you like to go. The main trail that cuts right through the middle provides an interesting scenery that allows you to see both. It splits through the middle and you have water on both sides of you, creating a kind of an interesting path that cuts right through the water. Now these trails are only for walking, no motor vehicles, no boats out on these little ponds. You won't be seeing any swimmers either, so for those of you who are looking for a little bit of a thrill, this is not the place to be jumping in to take a little dip. Now all along these trails there will be these signs that you can read. I'm sure all of our science teachers would appreciate you taking a moment to read the information found along these signs, making this trip not only for good recreation, but also for good educational purposes. Now, not only is this park designed for just for walking purposes, this park, because it's a reserve, it's also designed for or limited to only human use. So my dog here, Romeo, and I just potentially almost got ourselves a ticket from the city of Boise officers. Thankfully, Mr. Packer is able to sweet talk his way out of things, and no ticket for us today, but this is something good for us to know in the future. If you decide to come here, please do not bring your furry pets. Just bring your own 2 legs. So once again, that was my trip to the Hyatt Hidden Lakes Natural Reserve. And at the end, I would say difficulty-wise, it's very easy. Very easy hike for any age, any group. It is limited to the amount of space. It's small, but if this is looking for like a quick 30-minute outing, it's a great place to go. Education-wise, with all of those little signs, I guess you can read everywhere, I would give it a gold star. And when it comes to, I guess, availability with what you can bring, there's some limitations to remember. My dog Romeo and I can remember when we almost got our ticket. But in the end, I want you to all try it out yourselves. It's nearby to see what you like about it. So stay tuned for next week when I'll be giving you another review of another awesome trail around the area.
Make sure you are practicing social distancing and staying safe, but know that it is okay to go on a walk. Thank you, Mr. Packer. We're finding that grizzlies are learning cool tricks and hobbies during this time of social distancing. Here, one of your very own showing off their awesome talents. was a cool class challenge in week 1, phase 1 from Mr. Packer's class. Thank you again, Mr. Packer. And know that if you need to get a hold of us at all, don't hesitate to email and contact your teachers with any questions or concerns. Quote of the day: real strength has to do with helping others. Mr. Rogers.
This week in history is full of significant events. On April 12, 1861, the first battle of the Civil War took place at Fort Sumter, South Carolina. On April 14, 1865, President Abraham Lincoln was assassinated at Ford's Theater. On April 15, 1912, the RMS Titanic sank after being nicknamed the Unsinkable Ship. And on April 17, 1970, the Apollo 13 spacecraft landed safely back on Earth after an oxygen tank had failed on board. Sorry for all that history, but Ruby is obviously missing sharing history facts with all the children.
Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the GNN News channel, as we will be bringing you the news every Friday.
See you next week for more GNN News.
And remember, it's a great day to be a Grizzly.